when he survived on that stupid boat,
I thought
he didn't drown, he didn't die, I was pissed because of all the people I wanted to see in all of the Jurassic Park and World movies.
There it is. Okay.
I wanted that stupid boyfriend to get eaten in scene 1 because he is the most worthless character I think I've ever seen in any of the franchises or movies.
So we ranked.
Kent, see, Josh does have paternal instincts.
I want a boyfriend to die. Listen, we ranked Jurassic Park movies last week. Now we're ranking characters. Would he be the last on the list?
Did we rank Jurassic Park movies last week?
Well, briefly.
I don't know. I can't remember too many of the characters from all of the movies, but to be honest with you, he was definitely one of the worst.
Okay. Would you rather have him die than most of the attorneys and greedy businessmen in the series so far?
Yeah, because at least they had depth, right? I mean, granted, all of them that have died because of their greed, because they're just narcissists, right? But
no, listen,
Josh, wealth is not depth. Bezos just paid DC for Lex Luthor's backstory and image, okay? That's not depth. That's not a character arc.
Yeah, that's an origin story. At the very least, he got one. Listen, Josh, you're exactly right. This boyfriend is the worst. I hated him so much, and I was so mad that we got to the point in Jurassic World, the new one, where I said, oh no, everyone from now on has plot armor. Please, please just kill this one character for me.
Yeah. Yeah, after he survived, granted, okay, spoilers, right? Probably nobody out there probably cares, right?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people are seeing the movie, so they might care.
Unfortunately,
this movie though still ranks probably 4th or 5th.
Yeah, it's 4th for me.
My ranking.
Yeah,
but there were a number of just dumb things that they threw in there, and one of them was the second time he almost died when the raptors were hunting him while he was peeing.
Right there.
And then the flying raptor comes and eats the 2 raptors. I'm like, okay, that's dumb. That's dumb,
I agree.
Right? Even the little joke about him going back to being able to pee after being frightened, dumb. Just completely
You're
dumb.
not selling this movie on me.
But no.
No, you shouldn't be sold on it.
No, this character was pointless because you sit there at the end of the movie and you're like, he learned nothing. Like, honestly, the person who changed was the dad in saying, my daughter is just not going to have anybody good in life, right? That's kind of the takeaway. Like, he just, okay, my expectations are not low enough.
Listen, so, I think everyone should have died as far as that family goes, because what were they doing? What were they doing sailing out in the middle of some quarantine zone in Jurassic Island? Sorry, Spencer, this is all just hitting you out of nowhere.
And that was a fair point. That was a fair point. I think it was Scarlett Johansson's character who asked that, right? And it's a fair point. Why are you sailing in the middle of here? Well, we've done it before.
No, you know what they should have done? Sorry, this for anyone that hasn't seen the movie, they don't care. The boyfriend should have been steering the boat, and that's why they ended up there. They started the movie wrong. And it would have answered a plot hole, but nope. The movie is.
It's just. I'm going to be honest. That's not a plot hole.
Go on.
I haven't seen this movie, and I don't plan to see this movie.
You
but
should.
If you
it's
spend
dinosaurs.
any time in. No wait, you two don't camp. Okay, you two need to spend some time in Yellowstone. Okay, there's a whole page dedicated to it called Tour-ons of Yellowstone. You think people wouldn't be like, oh, we sail these dangerous seas all the time, even though we're not told not to. Look at that page. How many times do people have to be reminded, don't touch the fuzzy assault cows in Yellowstone? And they still do.
Bison are assault cows?
Yes, have you seen? So
they're angry
Tour-ons
cows.
of Yellowstone, yeah, they have images and videos of people touching them. Like they have this one of this 9-year-old girl getting shot like 12 feet into the air.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Because she touched the bison. They have another one of a family whose front end is completely ruined because the bison's just like, meh, get out of the way, and just gores it.
Wow.
Okay. Are idiots going to sail into dinosaur-infested water because the rules don't apply and that infects everybody? Yeah, that's the most realistic part of this whole freaking movie.
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right, because it reminds me when I was, Because I was 15. I broke the rules of Yellowstone. I went to the boiling river when I shouldn't have. I saw naked hippies. I wasn't supposed to be there.
That's what took you to the river, was the naked hippies, wasn't it?
It was weird. I was 15. It's fine.
Yeah. Do the math.
Not worth it. The danger was not the river.
Yeah. Very hairy people, by the way. Men and women.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But no,
they're worried about the bacterial disease you'll catch and not from the...
Yeah.
Generally speaking, there were parts of it that I really did like. And the action scenes, for the most part, besides that stupid raptor scene, was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Granted, the second dumbest thing was the whole Brontosaurus thing when they went to go get the blood sample, or whatever, the Brontosaurus cousins or whatever, and then they start doing a mating dance.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is dumb. Like they don't snuggle. Dinosaurs don't snuggle. They just go in and get things done, and then they lay the eggs. Right,
Josh? How do you know? It's been a while. Maybe they snuggle.
I don't think
except for the T-Rex, because they're like, hey, come here. I got a new little spoon because I can't put my arms around you.
I'm going to agree with Kent on this one, Josh, and not you, as a neutral third party that's never going to watch these movies. The closest living relative to dinosaurs are chickens, and they do snuggle.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Well, I guess to keep warm, but not to mate.
I snuggle with chicks, so I agree.
They do.
Whatever.
That's true.
Anyway,
are you okay? Wait, so you're like whelmed.
Kent is now the closest living relative to chickens.
Call me the Creepersaurus. So Josh, are you okay? Are you whelmed by this movie?
Yeah. It's so I'm just polarized by the good parts and just the horrible, stupid parts.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was very easy to see who was going to survive. Mm-hmm. You knew that the pharma guy was going to die by getting eaten by the D-Rex, because I mean that's what Jurassic Park does.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, the thing is going in.
Really called a D-Rex?
Yeah, and it's a Rancor from Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean basically it's a mutant dinosaur that is a little special.
Did he go see the Moyle?
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you got to see it, Josh.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure that they're going to be making a trilogy out of this. So
absolutely. It made enough money. So I
just don't know where they're going to take it, because Gareth Edwards even said, I think it was this past week, said that they wrote into the storyline about how people don't care about dinosaurs anymore.
Yeah,
and that's I think the general feeling, about kind of Jurassic Park and
the problem is this movie didn't have any characters you care to follow. Like even Chris Pratt was worth following in the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Somehow,
was he?
Somehow, I know. It's kind of a reach,
but it'll be interesting to see where this goes. And I don't know. I mean, the whole storyline of getting the blood and everything. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but
we just did. You spoiled the whole movie.
I guess I did. They're curing cancer with dinosaur blood. So
I'm not going to see it. I mean,
I just gave you the whole movie. There you
hated
go,
this
Spencer.
movie.
Probably better than the actual movie, because I don't know why they went on after the first Jurassic Park.
Money. Yeah, you're right. It's a masterpiece. The drop off is crazy.
The premise is never meant to be more than a one-off story.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got Jurassic World Rebirth, which is going to be the whole title. So it's going to be Jurassic World Rebirth, Dawn of a New Age, Jurassic World Rebirth, Find a New Doula, Jurassic World Rebirth. Like, what are we doing?
Let's be honest. Basically, what it is the Too Fast, Too Furious franchise with dinosaurs.
You're not wrong.
Well, and that's what it will be. And that's the thing is, I'll still watch them because you know what you're going to get.
Here's actually what I'm mad about, and I've said this for a while. I know they're going to try to scale back the final Fast and Furious.
No Vin Diesel.
I think they need Fast and Furious on dinosaurs. I think they need to ride dinosaurs. I think they're both Universal properties. That's exactly what needs to happen. Raptor races, T-Rex drifting.
You're thinking too small. You're right on the T-Rex drifting, but that's not them drifting on the T-Rex. That is the T-Rex drifting in like a Subaru WXR.
Wait, so dinosaurs are driving cars too? So they're not racing dinos.
Heck yes.
They're literally racing them.
They're not racing dinos. They are racing dinos. All depends on the comma.
Hey, I live my life 65 million years at a time. Oh, how has this not happened?
Vin Diesel can even phone in a performance by voicing one of the dinosaurs. The Domosaurus Rex.
Oh, gosh.
D-Rex, if you will.
I love this so much.
My mind is racing with ideas.
You know, Tyrese is making best friends with like a Triceratops, right? And that's how he steers. He grabs the horns. Trying to get a handle on this thing.
Hold up.
Okay.
Josh was cooking there with that pun. His mind is racing with ideas.
That's right. Cue the dinosaur yell right now.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, well, good.
So you brought up Subarus. And it's funny that you bring that up.
Where's going with this, Josh?
Yeah,
no. A lot of ways.
No.
Love is love.
I know June's over, but where are you going with this?
No, okay. It's actually something I've observed. Have you noticed that when there's a stupid driver or a clueless driver out on the road, I swear 9 times out of 10, it's a Subaru driver. Like,
we've covered this.
No,
don't make Spencer do it again.
We've covered this.
It's the Subaru driver.
Nope. It's
Why
going to
not?
be the lifted truck, or next time look at that Subaru and tell me how many stickers are on the back of it.
No, there's no. I don't know. I don't notice the stickers as much. But the lifted trucks, yes, they're annoying because they will tailgate you or whatever. But the Subaru drivers, they're the ones that are making the right-hand turn from the left-hand lane. They're the ones that are going like 20 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone or 60.
Okay.
They're they are the ones that slow traffic down. And it's, I kid you not. Ask Marianne, because we've seen it time and time again. It's always the Subaru driver who messes things up on the road.
Spencer has something to say, but it sounds like you have a bone to pick.
I think it's just a personal vendetta. I agree to disagree as a person that drives 2 hours a day from Weber County to Draper. It's not the Subarus.
Hey, I drive 7 minutes a day. All right. I see a lot of people from the one exit that I have to get on and off of on Bangor Highway. It's the Subaru drivers.
Bangor.
And maybe it is a vendetta. Maybe it is a vendetta because this past week I did get flipped off by a Subaru driver.
Oh, it's been a minute since that's been a thing.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but see, again, it wasn't. But I've noticed that whole pattern I just talked about. But I got flipped off. Like Marianne and I we were coming back from Bountiful, and we're going down the road just right past my parents. And that stretch of road, it is a hard 30 miles an hour, right? Because there's always a cop that's on North Canyon Drive, and they will always pull you over even if you're going like 35 to 40.
Yeah, it is true.
And it's just it's horrible. So I'm always like, okay, I'm not going to have my lead foot. So I was just driving 30 miles an hour, checking my speedometer. There was a cop that was just on the left-hand side as I was walking down or driving down. And there was a car, a Subaru, after they passed me, that was just right on my butt. And like I could see both people in the car. Well, there was about, I think, 4 or 5, a bunch of teenagers. And I'm like, man, they got to get off my ass because they're just riding it. And plus, the cop was there, and so I was checking my speed. And I wasn't brake checking, right? Like, I was just checking my speed, but they're the ones who are riding my ass. I wasn't trying to send a message or anything because I am not that kind of driver.
You're not convinced me you're not.
But I was at the light at the end of the road and turning left. The light turned green for like not even a second, and there was a car. Granted, I had the view of the traffic, but there was a car that ran the red light.
Okay.
But the car behind me just laid on their horn. And like, dude, like I'm not trying to, look at the traffic or whatever. So anyway, he ended up just passing me right in that around me even before I could get through the intersection. And he sticks out his hand and he flips me off. But I started laughing because, well, one, I will never flip somebody off like visibly, because I don't want to get shot, right?
Sure.
I mean, you just see too many road rage incidents and everything. So when I do flip off a driver, it's usually where only I can see it because I just need that satisfaction, right?
Yeah, it's like right under the window. You're like,
but I started laughing because the way he had his hand out the window, it was like this. Like he had his hand cocked like this, and it was such a weak flip off. I'm sitting here like, dude, you gotta it's all about harder. The gusto. Like you've got to be there's got to be a strength behind it.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, they were doing the best Stephen Hawking impression.
Stop it. but anyway, we get to the next light, and they're right next to us.
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
we got the best revenge ever. So I'm driving. Marianne is in the captain's seat, and she looks over at them, and she just stares. And she knew that they were like, oh no, and they were nervous until so there were about 4 people in there.
Okay.
They start looking over, and they were teenagers. And as soon as Marianne made eye contact with a couple of them, she just goes like this. She goes and just
shaking
shakes
her
her
head left and right,
and just like, you messed up. And then they started just laughing because they weren't expecting. You knew that they were probably expecting us to flip them off or roll down a window,
roll down the window,
whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
But they get Marianne mad dogging them.
No, and she did that twice because we hit both lights until we got on the freeway, and it was the best revenge.
Hold on, were you a little nervous? Were you looking forward? Like, I just don't even want to look. And Marianne's like,
no, I
this,
looked.
Babe.
I looked over as well, but she did the staring. She did the you done messed up. Like you should go, talk to your bishop on Sunday kind of stare. Yeah. But it was the best because they were just dying laughing. But the thing is, it's like, dude, it's like if I was going to have a conversation with him anyway, I'm like, dude, you were riding my ass and there's a cop there. They pull over for going over 40. So
listen, I still have a core memory. My buddy he just turned 16. He had an old Blazer. You guys remember those old Blazers that ran on diesel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Top down, right? It was awesome. And so we were on Kaysville Main Street going past the Dollar Theater. They're over there. And there's this guy, he cut us off. There's 2 lanes. He cut us off real quick. So we peel around him. This is right before we get to that light there. And I flip him off, right?
What year was this, Kent?
This was 1996 or 7. It was
a
while
so 15
ago.
years. So was this before or after you saw the naked hippies?
This was right around the same time. It was a weird time in life. It's a change, man. And
there's a chance that I might have been there.
Stop it, Spencer.
You would have been 7.
So,
well, my family had a bookstore on Main Street in Kaysville in that same strip
same
mall
little area. Okay.
Theater.
So I flick this guy off, and then all of a sudden he pulls up right next to us, and his window comes down. And as we're driving to the light, he is, and remember our top down, so we feel like we're really vulnerable. And he's like, does your effing friend want to do that again? And my voice hadn't even dropped at this point. Like, I am scared to death. And he's like,
I got hippie friends.
He's like, tell your friend to look at me. And I wouldn't do it. I just looked straight ahead. I'm like, hurry, man, hurry. Because I knew that if we got to the light, we'd turn right and he'd have to go straight. But he was ready to follow us to the ends of the earth. And of course, my buddy's like, shut up, man. Stop cutting people off. Because we were 16 and like, we thought we ruled the world.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, so we acted like we were going straight. And this guy just kept cussing us out. And thankfully, we were able to turn. And so we didn't get beat up or whatever. But it's a core memory. Like, I've never flipped anyone off since then. And so these kids will now remember, oh, hey, remember when that lady Mad Dog does?
I have one more story, and granted, I know that my in-laws don't listen to this podcast, so I can tell this. And sorry, Marianne, if this was too much information to put out in the blogosphere, or not the blogosphere, podcast sphere.
Potosphere. It's all good.
I don't know my mediums. Anyway, my brother-in-law.
I'm actually a 2XL.
Yeah, I'm a mild. So
my brother-in-law has a touch of the road rage.
Okay.
And he will flip people off, right? If they're not going fast enough or whatever. And he was on his way back from Bear Lake to get down to South Jordan to go work out. That's a whole other story. But he was going through traffic, kind of maybe weaving in and out a little bit. And there was a car that was going too slow for him. So he cuts it off and flips him off.
Okay.
And who was it? It was Marianne's best friend.
What?
And so she texts Marianne and she's like, is Chris... I probably shouldn't say his name.
You can beat that out.
So-and-so. Are they driving a Jeep?
Oh, no.
And like, yeah. And like, yeah, you just cut me off and flipped me off. And so... Like, she was a little pissed off at the time, but now we just laugh about it. Until you realize the
connection, you're like, oh my gosh.
Just laugh about it. And the only people I flip off when I'm driving are family members. So, I did that last week at a family funeral. So
Spencer's saying no. He's giving the Marianne Mad Dog right now.
I'm just saying, I've driven with you, Josh, a lot. And it's not just family members you flip off. If you think you swear a lot on this podcast... Kent, you need to drive with Josh.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. But see
road
here,
trip?
Well, obviously, if we're going to go camping, we need a road trip.
Yes.
But no, this kind of goes back to a few weeks ago when I came back from Vernal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't lose my temper. I talk to traffic. And a lot of the times, I'm like, all right, come on in, jackass. Like, just do it, right? I don't care. Like, you're not offending my whole family by cutting me off, but if you're going to do it, just do it. I'm the one that gets
in trouble for the E.
Yeah, and you're just dropping the donkey references.
Well, sorry, I have a really bad time. Like, I do this in church sometimes, and it's really bad when you're a primary teacher. Mm-hmm.
How does that go?
And next year we're our whole lesson plan is the Old Testament. Do you know how many asses they have referenced in the Old Testament?
A lot.
It's going to be a bad year.
Yeah, and you're going to be giggling with when the asses speak.
There's Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pharaoh.
Oh,
David kind of turns into one.
Anyway, I totally derailed my whole conversation. But with Vernal, it was. I just talk to traffic. And granted, Marianne thinks that it's road rage. It's not. I just talk how I'm talking right now, and that's why she had asked me to be more Christ-like, and that's why I
simmer down.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're starting now? I feel like you two are a power couple. I feel like you can flip people off or be flipped off, and she can be the enforcer.
Yeah. It's all the audience. It just depends on the audience, right? So.
Well, we know how Josh's weekend went. Kent, how was your weekend?
Because it's holiday weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you get cut off by any Subarus?
No. Though, leaving the traffic during fireworks is always the worst. It's like, is it even worth going to see city fireworks sometimes? Because
you just go to your backyard and see most of them.
Yeah. So what I did is, I think it was the 4th, because we were going to city fireworks on the 5th randomly, because Centerville did theirs the day after. Fine, whatever. So on the 4th, my daughter and I, we just sat up on the deck that we have, and we're like, let's go watch fireworks. And then we looked to the west. Yes. And there was this giant fire. Like, it looked like near Antelope Island. It's actually in Kaysville. Did you guys hear about this at all?
Yeah, the lightning strike.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll send you guys a picture. There was and maybe grainy, Josh, you can put it up for the images. But it was like, there's fireworks going, because this is dusk. And then all of a sudden I see this fire, and I'm like, oh, what idiot has done this now? I'm like, I know John is going to be dealing with this all night. But
Fireman
apparently,
John.
It started back when they had the storm. Like hours before, and it started as a pretty small fire. It definitely picked up. But I was like, oh, idiots again. Because, there's always idiots every year.
That's true.
But that was like the biggest spectacle. Like, I always like judge fireworks shows. Like, I went to the Centerville one. And if they have like too much country that I haven't heard, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, we can do a little better than this.
Kent, you are the consummate critic. You go to freaking free fireworks shows, and you're like walking away and handing the city council member like a slip of paper.
We're paying for those. Those are taxes. Thoughts. We are exploding our taxes.
That's true.
That's a fair point, because I am the same way, and it's all about music, right? Because if they don't have a soundtrack that's slapping, it just ruins the whole show for me.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
painful.
Taylorsville Days has one of the best, if not the best, fireworks shows in the state.
Really?
But the last couple of years, the music has lacked, because it will go from some random country song that I've never heard of to like Frozen. And then,
obviously.
And then, they'll do Neil Diamond, and then they'll do a hit from one of the albums of the tribute band that they bring, which this year was Queen.
Okay.
And so they did We Will Rock You. But it lacks. And then, when they start off with like the random obscure like patriotic songs, right? Like, if you're going to do the Star Spangled Banner, if you're going to do Star Spangled Banner or whatever, during fireworks, you have to have one with gusto. You can't be doing the Tabernacle Choir. It's too soft and it's too low, so you can't hear it. You hear the fireworks. So
yeah,
maybe I'm geeking out too much about this, but I'm like, every time.
Here's what I want to know.
Okay, why then I'll listen to Baconsale and have you guys put together the fireworks show.
Yeah, my music was bizarre, so don't worry. But here's what I want to know. Fireworks, fine. Parades, the worst. Spencer, what kind of meat did you cook?
None.
Oh, do you even love America? Spencer, it's the barbecue holiday.
I know, but I'm in the process of upgrading my grill.
Go on.
That doesn't mean that you don't do meat.
Yeah.
No,
flame,
it means
fire,
that
food.
I know, but I can't afford anything right now, like cooking.
Do we need to start a meat drive for you?
I know, seriously.
My
meat for Myers.
Aside from that, Kent, I saw you dropping hints that you're starting a new podcast or a boy band or something.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He thought he would shift the focus away because he knew where I was going with this. He says
I had no idea. I had zero.
No,
idea.
no.
I didn't know you'd be this snarky, Spencer. I give you the benefit of the doubt.
He's got Baconsale. He's got the other show. He had another show before this. Apparently, two's not enough. Okay, ladies? He needs at least 3. Because he drops his picture on the 4th of July of him and 2 others. I'll let him fill in the rest. Matching black tank tops in front of a waterfall. If that does not scream 90s boy band, I don't know what does.
No, that's like a boys band TLC version.
What is the name of your group and what's the topic?
Actually, it's really funny that you bring that up because Marianne had the same comment. They look like a boy band.
here's what I'm mad about is we're like, hey guys, let's go hiking up Bell's Canyon, right? It's a pretty hard hike. It's just boulders all the way up. And I was like, cool. So I pick up my one buddy and we have to go pick up the other one. And my one buddy has a black tank top and gray shorts matching mine. The third guy, black tank top, gray shorts. We're all matching, walking single file up that trail. Like, we looked like we were in a hiking club, and none of us are hikers. We're not good. We took 37 breaks, but
your hair was immaculate.
My hair was immaculate. Let's be honest. So I'm scouting names right now. We can talk about that. I'm trying to think of something as punny as I possibly can.
Well, just promise me this: don't go chasing waterfalls.
Too easy. That will be our first single. We'll be a cover, obviously.
And don't drive home in a Subaru.
Well, the three of us belonged in a Subaru, I'll say that much. If you saw the picture, it was adorable.
It was.
Hey, coexist, guys. Coexist. That's all I ask.
My other observation is you brought up the one fire you saw was in Kaysville.
Yeah.
Not started by man. Started by fireworks. Did you guys see the other major fire that happened on the 4th?
Oh, the Harriman one?
Started by Michael Bay.
Rest in peace, Domino's. Holy cow.
So apparently a car drove into a Domino's in Harriman and hit the gas pipe.
Okay, because I was wondering, was it a truck or a car?
It looked like a
vehicle.
A SUV.
Okay, so it looked like a
Subaru.
It looked like
it was
probably.
a Subaru. It was a Subaru.
Kids.
We'll just go with that narrative.
So it looked like a vehicle crashed into the front side.
Yes.
And it didn't look like it went in too far, almost like where you would order, right? Right to the cashier. You know, and I was like, well, why is the whole place on fire? And then you see the video from the back of the Domino's. You have people probably standing 25 feet away, right? I mean, there's a couple of groups about 25, 30 feet behind it. And then what happens, Spencer?
You said it dead on, directed by Michael Bay. Apparently the vehicle hit a gas line, and there's famously pizza ovens in a Domino's.
Right.
You would never guess by their food. But there's...
I'm a defender.
Are you kidding me? Domino's of the chains is my go-to.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
I came back from Argentina, and they had completely turned it around. It's phenomenal.
Seriously, I agree.
But they'd hit a gas line, and the whole thing just went up. And there was a 30, 40 foot mushroom cloud.
Yeah. Well, seeing the explosion, I mean, you can see the roof just blow up into the air.
Yeah, shrapnel level.
It was insane. And thankfully nobody was seriously injured. And the drivers, so the driver that drove into the Domino's actually had to be saved by somebody. I don't know if it was the other person in the accident, because I think it was a 3-car accident.
Yeah, how?
Luckily they got out.
But how? Because we're in a mini mall in this area, right? There's no reason there should be cars driving into a Domino's.
Well, what had happened was there was a Subaru that was tailgating a car and got offended because it got mean mugged.
So was it a drunkie, or is this just someone just?
I don't know. I don't think alcohol was involved, but I mean, it could have just been late night.
Excessive amounts of caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Yeah. I think it happened around, what was it, 2 or 3 a.m.? It was early morning.
No, it was honestly probably around 10.
Oh, yeah, they had workers.
I saw the video around 10.
Workers were still there. Everybody was evacuated. Luckily, they got everybody evacuated in time.
Oh, so there were people in the store.
There were people in the store.
I was thinking it was early morning.
It's such a crazy video, though.
That's I've watched it on repeat probably a good 20-30 times, but a lot of that's because of my ADHD. Well,
that and the fact that they're just a freaking cool explosion, all things considered, and you never get something like that captured on camera.
Yeah, it's always the second before.
Yeah, but this is almost perfectly framed, which leads me to believe this is staged.
Okay, I'm behind this. I will put on my tinfoil cap for that one. It's good promo for Domino's.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Domino's being like, yo, Hungry Howie's is making waves.
Don't let the other pizza places burn the roof of your mouth.
Is that your next boy band song?
Oh, gosh.
I don't like the sounds of burning the roof off your mouth. And it's a boy band.
That's the second name, or that's the name of their second album.
Well, so just to kind of cap this off, I just want to remind our listeners, with the 24th of July coming up, be safe, order in, don't get takeout.
Yeah.
For your own safety.
Keep your hands.
Yeah.
If you drive a certain brand or model of car, apparently, avoid parking lots.
All right. We got
Thank you for that
right?
sage advice. Yes, we do. Please.
Please? What do you mean, please? I was making some good points there.
No, that's the name of the third album.
Hey guys, Jason Budge here again. Really good show, and I'm starting to think there might be something wrong with me because I'm actually considering making a playlist of Josh's songs. Kenny, sorry things didn't work out with the 25th Street date. And Spencer, I've got something else for you. Now you need to try pickleballs. And I'm not talking about the tennis court that people go out and play ping pong on. I'm talking about pickleballs made by Vlasic. If you haven't tried these, you need to track some down and try them. I found them at Fresh Market. Sit down, enjoy your favorite episode of Jaws with them, and enjoy.
Jay, I have some great news. While I did not cook any meat on the 4th of July, my father did, and I went to that very same Fresh Market to which you refer, the one by the First National Bank in the former Hollywood Video. You know it's a former Hollywood Video because much like Pizza Huts, they retain their original shape and feel.
Yes, they do.
You can always tell. You can always tell. From that very same Fresh Market came Vlasic pickleballs that graced our 4th of July spread. And I can attest, those are divine. They are the perfect amount of sweet and salty.
Are they going to catch on?
Oh, they better. They better.
Okay.
This is like, Kent, you remember, Josh, and you will harken back to this as well.
Oh, yeah.
The giant tubs of cheese balls.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
The cheese balls?
I think they're still at
They're at
Dollar
Costco.
General.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were taken up into the heavens with the rapture. They were too good for this earth. I've not seen them. They were taken up. But luckily, the good Lord has decided to grace us this year with these Vlasic pickleballs.
I actually wanted to get them because we went to Dick's when we went up to my parents. And if we hadn't bought like 15 cases of the creamy coconut diet Dr. Pepper, then I probably would have been able to get them. But we had spent too much money on the soda. Hey, when it's buy 3 or buy 2 get 3 free,
It's incredible. Yeah.
You were absolutely right.
You know,
And this is poor planning on the canning and a food beverage industry's part in Utah. Is in these economic times, you do not challenge Utahns to a food storage sale.
Because we went to Macy's the next day and bought more. Like,
Elbows will be thrown.
Yes.
No, and
People
the
will
thing
be
is there
trampled.
was like it was really hard to get the creamy coconut Dr. Pepper. Like we bought the last 10 at Macy's. But with that said, I mean soda, that's kind of boring, but the pickleballs, man, I've tried them and I wanted to get them, but Marianne balked because of the price of what we had been spending. And she eats more potato chips. I'm not a potato chip or cheese ball fan. And so she would have been probably eating the bulk of it. And she doesn't really like dill flavor. So that's the problem. Like, but I think, I don't know.
I wouldn't
might
even say
make
they're
it
like a dill flavor. They're more of a friendly salt and vinegar.
You know, I'm not a pickle chip fan. I blame the Canadians. But I do want to try the pickleballs. I'm going to give them a chance.
You got to try the pickleballs.
Okay.
Hey, maybe on Tuesday that's what we do for dinner instead of like finding a place before our event.
Oh yeah, we're seeing a movie. I was like, what's going on Tuesday?
Yes.
I totally forgot because it's a forgettable movie
already.
Rick would never forgive you.
Oh, you would never forgive me.
Yeah, never, that's why I'm not going to tell him that I just DI'd my only Superman shirt.
It's a good thing you're telling him the day after.
Yeah, this will come out after.
Look, if you've ever owed Rick money, you know he never forgets.
Speaking of, I probably need to Venmo Rick some money, I think.
Oh, no, we got it taken care of.
Okay. So, Josh, as far as the AI music goes, have we put that together in some sort of like special show or playlist?
I was actually thinking about that the other day. I'm like, maybe what we should do is put maybe either an album or something together and putting that on our Patreon.
Okay. I think we should, because it's hard sometimes, right? You have to fast forward to the end of the show if you're like, oh, I just missed that. All these songs are somehow enjoyable. And I'm like opposed to AI except for when it's really enjoyable. And it is. They're so good.
It is. Like I was laughing this last week when I put the song together. For
you know what the best part of this is, Josh? He's opposed to AI unless it's entertaining. I've been an AI bot this whole show. I'm actually still asleep.
You know what? I'm going to give you a pass.
That gives me some ideas.
Show me your hands.
in talking about Kent's boy band and the AI songs, off. I would love. Yeah, I think for every maybe 12 or 15 songs, we do different albums, and like I'll even do album art for them.
Can I make a request?
A Christmas album?
No. Can the song this week be about Stephen Hawking's road rage?
Nope.
No. Nope.
Come on, it'd be in the style of Daft Punk.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
I would dance to that. Actually, I'm pretty sure you could find that on YouTube right now.
Oh, man. Actually, I saw this story. I didn't mean this to be a segue, but I did pull up this story about there is a band called the Velvet Sundown, and they now have over...
about that.
You hear about them, right? They have over like 500,000 monthly Spotify listeners. They have 2 albums out.
Huge
Josh.
on Spotify.
It's they're generative AI. It's an AI band, and they're kind of killing it.
And it's just barely coming out that they're generative AI.
And yeah, so people are like, oh, who's this band? Because, they can keep all the same sound. And this isn't new. There is a phenomenon out there, Mitsune. It's a Japanese anime, like a VTuber. It's like a cartoon singer, and she does concerts. I'm going to try to find her name.
Oh my gosh!
She literally sells out concerts, and she's like a hologram singer.
Oh my gosh! See, the thing is I love like the AI music. I use it for so many things because, if you listen to my other podcast, I've done a whole running playlist of AI songs, and I also make quite a few like Christian rock songs as well, because I like the message. Like, if I find if I can generate something that has a good beat and a good message to it, that's what I usually listen to anyway.
Honestly, Josh, when you go back to school, that'd be a great way to study.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea.
As long as it doesn't write my papers for me, right?
Nope.
It's like lo-fi music, but you got the lyrics like reading explaining the chapters.
Yeah.
See, I would totally learn that way.
Me too. I'm going back to school.
I used Notebook LM to do podcasts, and it was like a game changer. But if you could do like songs, like lo-fi chill study beats, but like emphasis on the study.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that. Oh, man. Okay. I'm writing that down.
But obviously there will be more songs.
They're
blast. It really has paid off. I think it works pretty well.
Well, and maybe this is a good time to kind of remind everybody before we go into our last segment that we are taking a break for the rest of the month, our summer vacation. And so we're kind of rethinking a few things with the show and possibly as well with Patreon. And so
if we continue.
Hey.
There's no ghost
How many
hunts
episodes is this, Josh?
planned here in the next month, so don't worry, we're fine. But so we'll be back August 6th. but we want your ideas, and we've got a few ideas from listeners, but especially our patrons. We'd like to know what kind of perks you want. We're going to be doing more live shows possibly, and so you'll have opportunities to participate in that. But yeah, if there's things like these AI songs that you want, if there's other content, let us know. Like we want, like our ears are open. We want to know your ideas. So
we can do a musical episode.
I mean,
okay, explain.
We'll talk about that out there.
No. Test this as a proof of concept with a Toos episode, Josh.
Okay.
I want you to take the entire transcript from the Toos and put it into an AI song.
I mean, I'd rock out to that.
We could do a musical episode. You just break down the whole show into like 5-minute segments, and
it's not the worst idea.
That's true, because I think the AI program has a max of like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, just break it into segments.
Huh. Okay. We'll see what we come up with. I might throw that in Patreon or whatever during our little summer vacation for one of these. I think
I love it.
Anyway, all right. Moving on along.
Real quick, right just before we wrap up, I do have an I am the Rooster, but Spencer, I know you have some things that may be better.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Poop cruise? We can talk about poop cruise.
No, I don't want to talk about poop. Like, we've already gotten the E because your language, so we can skip the poop cruise. And we can probably skip the story about TSA flagging people for smuggling things because of swamp crotch.
I mean, if we already have the E, I mean, I could always call it shit cruise.
Guy today. It's like he got flipped off again.
I do have a video game recommendation for you.
Oh, video game recommendation. Let's do it.
Billy Bust Up. Have you heard of this?
Nope.
Billy Bust Up. This is it's a throwback to classic games from Rare, like Donkey Kong Country or Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
But the twist is it's a horror game. Not like a scary game, but like horror themed. And all the bosses are musicals.
I have seen a clip of that little devil chasing the character, kind of like a Crash Bandicoot sort of thing, running away.
Yeah.
This game was made for me.
This game looks amazing. It's not out yet. It's going to be released on Steam, and I'm watching it closely because I have had the song from their teaser like stuck in my head.
Okay. I'm in, obviously.
So check it out, Billy Bust Up.
And it's only for Steam? Is this for anything else?
So far, I think it's only for Steam. It would be on others like PlayStation Network, but it is an indie game. So,
oh man. Josh, you ever play video games?
Oh gosh, it's been. Well, actually, my console, it's been at least 10 or 15 years. Mm-hmm. But I've played here and there. Whether it's just Steam. I think with you guys, and I played, I can't remember, Xbox?
Yeah.
I can't even remember what the game was. It's It's where you try to knock, you're these weird characters and you try to knock each other off of like either moving trucks or equipment or something.
Fall Guys.
Probably, yeah, sure. But yeah, that's the extent of my video game playing in the past 10, 15 years.
I got a VR system a couple months ago. I need you to play that because there's some awesome games that would be very Josh friendly.
And by that you mean my lazy eye is going to come out?
Absolutely, it's going to come out.
One can only hope.
I hope you're afraid of heights.
If his lazy eye comes out, does it drive a Subaru?
Okay.
I'm ending this show. You've just listened to The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is a Fat Squirrel production. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen. Sales and business manager is Spencer Myers. And resident sex appeal by none other than Kent C. Dunn. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly access to a live stream recording of an episode of The Other Show, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Baskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one and only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick, Smith, Dave, and everyone's favorite Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For links to past episodes, our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can listen to me on the Fartlek Running podcast show.
You can hear me on my other show, Baconsale.
And you can find me ghost hunting.
Yeah, you ride or you run, but you never let go. From the streets to Island New Blood, that's the code, bro. T-Rex in the mirror, but we still in control. Cause you don't turn your back on family or dinosaurs. Started out with muscle cars and quarter-mile dreams. Then the ground started shaking, heard a rap to scream. Dom said hit the nose, but the jungle got teeth. And Ian Malcolm talking about chaos on repeat. Let it ride in shotgun. Roman scared stiff, said I ain't scared of nothing till a D-Rex sniff. Little foot in the rear view, moving like a tower. But he ain't mean, he just vegan with power. Grant got the map, Claire got the hills. Owen on the bike with the Raptors on his wheel. Said clever girl, and she not a real slow. Don't play fetch with a dino, just so you know.
You don't turn your back on family or dinosaurs. Blood runs deep from the pavement to the jungle floor. We ride or die, but we don't run from roars. Even if a pterodactyl trying to crash through doors, now we hold the line. Rev the engine, feel the force. You don't turn your back on family or dinosaurs.
We in a Jeep, not a Lambo, dodging mutant bugs. Big ass locusts flapping like prehistoric thugs. Fast life, fossil fuel, ain't no eco mode. But life finds a way, even on the jungle road. Claire in the control room, sweating out the heat. Raptors in the lobby like you looking like me. But we family, we brawl, we protect and we scheme. Even Blue got a kid, now she chasing the dream. You got family feuds, try a pack of flying fiends. Chasing Dom through the canyon in high octane scenes. This ain't just a movie, it's survival with style. We got torque teeth and T-Rex in the file. Dominic said it best as the world went wild. No matter what's chasing you, keep your circle tight. Even if it's got claws, even if it takes flight. Cause loyalty don't break, even in a dino fight.
You don't turn your